actually.
Wait, so Ganja, why do you have your dick out again right now?
Because you caught me between putting my pants on.
Why aren't your
Great.
pants on?
Look, how about this? For the audience and for everybody here, I can turn my camera up.
No, don't you do it. No, we're actually live. I was tricking you. You motherfucker would have been so mad.
I almost hit reverse on that trick and you almost got the treat.
Jesus Christ. People, how y'all doing today? It is the midweek. No, wait, what day is it?
We are the midweek. Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a midweek chat attack. Woo! I did it right.
It's not the midday chat attack. We're not doing this at fucking noon.
No. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, why are you doing that song? I don't even know what the fuck the name of that song is. By the way, too, Cedric saying what we're going to disagree on today. We're disagreeing on the fact that Ganja's even doing this fucking racist ass song, making fun of our people. That's our people, by the way. You're making fun of. Ganja.
First of all, I'm not Mexican. That's your people and my girl's people. Second of all,
I'm not getting involved in
it is
this.
actually a really loved song culturally. The problem is it's been so overdone by white people because that's all they associate with Mexican culture that it's now turned around and become like a way to offend Mexicans. That it's similar to what you see with like Native American culture. Like the headdress actually means something significant, and it's just turned to like, hey, I take Molly at a rave festival.
Well, guys, officially we have started.
Damn right.
Good fucking lord. Now here's the thing, man. That song, you know what the name of it? Lots of these songs on it. Know the names of. When I grew up, my Baraka. What the fuck? what does Baraka to do with our culture?
Not my Baraka.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. My Baraka.
That'd be a great theme song for fucking Baraka and Mortal Kombat. God damn, I'm gonna fuck up a lot today, aren't I?
Did you forget?
Yeah, and by the way, I forgot what fucking day it was too. Like I only wrote the shit, and my fucking I just got done typing it all out. I'm like, wait, what show today is it? Welcome to the gaming show, where we do not talk about video games, like fucking jackass. But here's the thing, though. Jet, how you doing, by the way?
The baby's crying.
I know the baby's crying. I mean, we can't hear it, but she has a baby in the background. Just so y'all know.
Can't you guys hear it?
No, I really can't.
No, you crazy psychopath.
This sounds like it's about to turn into a horror film.
I know, she's reminding me. This is literally like us having our podcast version of La Lasagna, and she's in here about to start crying for her fucking kids or whatever, the ghost kids. That story is really scary, and it sucks that that's part of the fucking Conjuring universe, so you can just tell that the movie was probably trash. But yeah.
Is that actually part of the Conjuring universe?
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, La Llorona was one of the characters that Annabelle kind of awakens, I believe. I think.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I actually went and saw I saw Annabelle 1 just because we were originally gonna I was gonna watch all the Annabelle movies to watch the new one, but we never got around it because that's how time works.
Yeah, well, as well as there's so much shit. Oh, BBM's gonna be over here in the Twitch chat. I haven't seen him in the Twitch chat for so fucking long, but how you doing? And we got the YouTube chat over here too. Just so you know, no one's talking in it because y'all motherfuckers don't like us no more in the YouTubes. We also got the Facebook going on. Oh, there he is. Phantom D Saint just showed up in the YouTube chat. How you doing? And we got the Facebook chat going over here. Chris Laurie. I was just watching one of his fucking videos recently. He was doing Spider-Man, which we had a discussion today about Spider-Man before we got into the call. But yeah, he was playing that. I guess I didn't know this the whole time, but apparently Chris Laurie is Red Method. So I mean, does that name kind of ring a bell to you at all? No,
but I mean, again, people talk about him all the time and jokes and all that jazz. So
yeah. So I mean, I was just kind of surprised. I'm like, oh shit, Red Method, it's Chris Laurie. I can't believe it. But yeah, if you guys are ever playing any games or whatever, and you guys want to share your content or kind of have us get the word out there, let me know, and I will definitely have to plug your shit because it's cool just having everyone kind of do their whole thing. It's like a little universe over here.
Unless it's fair, it's.
Well, even so that because the fair shit. When was the last time you actually looked up the fair guy?
I want to say a month ago in the after hours.
I want to look it up right here. Is it too out of the ordinary to just kind of look up his channel and see what he's doing right now?
Fuck it, why not? This is what we.
Hey, as long as we get some consent from him personally, we can show all we want.
No, wait, fuck.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Call him up.
I got my cameras in his toilet right now, bro. I'm all up in his shit right now.
Okay,
what
here's the thing.
About?
I gotta be honest. He's so successful. 174,000 fucking views.
Yeah, when was that video fucking posted?
Doesn't matter. Do we have anything like
that?
Matter.
Because I don't think he posts that often anymore.
I got a question. What is with us getting fans that have bigger YouTube channels than us?
I know. Well, I don't think he's a fan of us. He's like, oh, I like the high quality content.
Well, definitely not anymore.
Yeah, I think that says a year ago, 2 years ago. It's like he might not have done anything since.
Let me see.
Oh God, ferrets.
3 months. 7,000 views 3 months ago. Look
Okay,
at
so
this.
it's still somewhat popular.
God, look at this dude's face. It's
Burning
just-
my ferret? Oh, buying my ferret.
No bearing. Oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what?
R.I.P.
Wait, but the
Pour one
ferret's still alive. Is he gonna bury a live
Oh,
ferret?
no. Scroll down. Scroll down. We're here now, baby. We're here now. Scroll down.
I feel sorry for. What the fuck?
Like and subscribe.
Yo, click
Whoa.
that shit.
What are we doing?
I'm sorry. I'm like shocked.
I want to see where this goes.
I don't.
I gotta see where this goes.
Something tells me that Jet is just enjoying herself so much right now because it's some dark ass shit.
Okay, it's
She
not
loves-
dead. It's not dead. It's not dead.
No, the thing
No, I think it
he's
is.
moving in his hand, but he needs those views, man. He's gonna murder this thing on camera.
Yeah, so
Wait,
sorry,
hold on.
lost Jack. He was such a cutie. Oh, Jack died.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's the ferret that he named his channel after, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I'm so sorry. I feel like a dick right now, dude.
I mean, if I may say, I think this would be a good time to talk about Islam.
Oh no! Captain Jack Ferret. No, hey man, like he's really successful. I'm glad that he's doing this thing right now. I really wish I was around fucked up animals so I can get successful as well.
So,
What's up?
my question now is it
Why
still
do we
Captain
play
Jack
Hawkeye?
Ferret or is he just Ferret Man?
Well, you can't change the fucking name of his channel now, right?
I mean, he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
No, I'm not even gonna do his fucking voice. I just realized
I want to make a joke, but I'm not because I know it's like losing animals, so it's fucked up.
we just got done laughing at this motherfucker burying his apparently
but I
live
had a
slash
joke
dead
way-
fucking
I,
ferret.
like I had a joke in the chamber that was gonna be way fucked up than the one we were just saying.
Look, let's literally move on before you guys get our
And
channel
I was
banned.
gonna point it at him, and I was like, nah.
I like how
good.
Captain Jack Ferret was looking at Gotcha like, motherfucker, are you? Like, what are you gonna do right now?
I was gonna say some shit about your dead ferret that he might come back to life to smack me.
I think you might deserve it at that point. You're making fun of a dead fucking animal, Ganja. Jesus Christ.
Hey man, I'm making fun of dead animals. You eat dead animals. Like it's a part of life.
Dude, when Ryan says awkward, that means we fucking hit a goddamn level of awkwardness. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, pretty much, actually.
Hey,
Oh,
at least you know this show ain't playing, bitch.
yeah, exactly. No, it is. Fuck you. It's
Hey,
very
you're
much
supposed to
planned.
give the
Scripted.
motherfucker. You're supposed to give the illusion. Stop breaking the fourth wall.
Sorry, I'm pulling an Alan. Wait, I'm sorry. I was also mean. God, I'm just. Look, listen, Alan. I love
Fuck all of y'all. How about that?
you.
We have a show.
Okay, you know what? You're right. We do have a show. So let's go ahead and just start making fun of this fucking ponytail on Asian Steven Seagal over here. Like, what the fuck is this Disney Mulan teaser trailer thingy? I do not like this at all, man. I really, really don't. This is some shit. I don't even know who the fuck even cares about Mulan. Do you care, Alan?
So this is one of those things where when I grew up and watched the movie, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I can't remember why. It might be a Toy Story situation where I watched it kind of half-heartedly once and it didn't click for me. But the thing is, as far as this actual teaser, I think that her acting, she only gets like maybe 3 lines of dialogue, and I didn't really enjoy it. I felt like it was doing a lot of the Captain Marvel thing of her being very, very wooden, but it's also a teaser, so the next trailer is going to be the one that sells it on me. But one of the things that I was looking at, I was like, this is reminding me of something. I don't know what this is reminding me of. And it was Marcus Kilgore in one of the chats we talked about. I was like, oh, this reminds him of Hero. That, again, Donnie Yen, Jet Li, bunch of it was the old oh god, I can't remember which country did it, but it's an old foreign action movie, and it's one of the very, very artistic. There's a lot of colors, there's a lot of the flowing clothing, and different colors symbolize different stuff, and there's a lot of cool action in it. So I'm thinking that's what they're going to go for. They want to go for a more serious, a less like Disneyfied, and more of a action movie, more of an art movie. And it seems like that's exactly what they're going for, because there's a scene right near the end when she does her kind of spin, and there's like a bunch of guys with spears and different weapons there that looks like they look like they're setting up for a cool action scene there.
Yeah, and here's the thing too in the chat. They're saying, "Man, please do not compare this." Don't
How?
compare Hero
It's
to
the
this.
same, dude. She has the same flowy dresses they have in those movies.
Well, no, but that's the culture though too. Like that's like saying like people under the stairs is like fucking Black Panther. It's like no, it's not. Like just because they have like a
No,
certain
but I'm saying
dress
that
on.
that's what the what you call it, the archetype that they're going for this movie is stuff that's seen in similar stuff like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Hero. It's like that's not like this whole cultural thing. That's a movies that exist.
Okay, I mean, like I said, I don't know. I never seen either one, so like that's the thing. I mean, obviously one of them.
I think this is trash. So they're just trying to get a PG-13 action movie going, and the fact that they're like their biggest excuse, so like hey, we're just loving the culture, doing all that shit. Motherfucker, you made Pocahontas talk to an oak tree. Y'all don't give a fuck about culture.
Man, you're only upset.
Disney is just trying to make this the easiest sell for the Chinese market so they can get that fucking good Transformer money and have a double box office hit in order so they can either get $1 billion or close to it.
Well,
I see what you're doing here, Disney.
No, you're only mad because they don't have a talking animal in here.
Where's my Mushu?
That's the only reason you're mad.
Demand the dragon.
Yeah, by the way, a dragon that apparently when it comes out, like, here's the thing, they're playing like black church music and shit, and like it's so like super comedic and almost disrespectful to any kind of culture that's not the Asian culture. And then with Eddie Murphy just acting fucking like almost like Kevin Hart.
Pocahontas talk to a raccoon. They don't give a fuck about culture.
I know, but like you want a new version of that, you want a modernized version of that. Like you guys complain about Kevin Hart all the fucking time. I know I'm not yelling at you right now, Ellen, but like with you, Ganja, like. You, as well as everyone else in this call, have complained about Kevin Hart, all that bullshit, all the time, and you want some modernized version of which you know it would be Kevin Hart at this point, because who else is going to be in that fucking position? So it's
I'll take it.
No, okay, I'm sorry, but it's one of those. But again, you're sitting there, and Ganji, you said this before. You hate fucking Hollywood remakes. You hate remakes in general. What they're doing here is they're taking the name Mulan, and they're clearly already. They said they're going to no songs, and he told me they confirmed there's no Mushu in it, which means they're already changing it up to try to make it a more realistic. It's probably gonna be closer to the original. And I'm not talking about the Disney one because as people forget to know, Disney didn't invent Mulan. Disney didn't invent The Little Mermaid. Disney didn't invent Lion King. They literally or Snow White. They literally adapted these from fairy tales that were in the public domain.
Shit, Lion King, wasn't that shit straight stolen from an anime and they had to settle out of court over it?
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like, I'm liking this because again, I like as much as I'm not a huge fan of the movie Hero, I like the action scenes in it. I like the action scenes in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, both movies. So if they're trying to make a movie that's closer to that actually has a bigger budget so they can get crazier battle scenes, go for it. Make something that's probably a bit more historically accurate than the fucking Disney movie that, Ganja, like imagine if they made a
historically accurate and then the bitch is flying like there's no such thing as gravity.
As they can to the original story. Okay, Ganja, you're telling me that if they fucking did a Pocahontas remake, you want it exactly the way Disney did it?
Just like they did the fucking Beast.
Oh, that's a horrible fucking
exactly. Same thing with the White Savior story. You want a White Savior story with the Pocahontas thing.
Look, first of all, there's never a White Savior story with the Mulan story. I'm talking more of the music numbers and the actual like crazy characters that add some comedic tones to it. So it's not just trying to be a Crouch Tiger, Hidden Dragon ripoff.
Okay, but
it's not going to be a ripoff. It's inspired from those fucking movies, just like those movies were inspired of other movies.
And that's the thing in this situation too. Like, I mean, now you're gonna force me to defend this a little bit. Then I'm gonna get Jet's opinion. But the thing is, though, it's like
I forced his hand.
Well, no, like the thing that's like forcing me in a sense is because, like, look, you're saying that this is gonna be a ripoff of something, but like when a movie gets some kind of like modernized reimagining or readaptation, like that's kind of ripping off in a sense too, because it has to do all the like fucking notes and the beats and the fucking the pattern of the original because it's based on it. But like they're clearly not doing it. They're taking the music off. They're obviously, you know, a whole character is fucking missing from the trailer, which might be the case with the entire movie. We don't know. Maybe they're kind of like saving that because it's gonna be an expensive CGI effect. They probably want to like, I mean, people freaked out so much with the CGI on Aladdin. They probably don't want to show another CGI character so people can be like, oh, it's so ugly. You should have did it this way, you know?
Oh fuck yeah! Like,
so they're probably not.
I really hope they weren't to try to get like, all right, just use the same example, Kevin Hart, and just make him like a scaly person to hang out with them and just like talk shit and just like maybe turn small once in a while when the budget was right.
I can't believe about this. I hope not. And once this is the next trailer, I hope they're not going to do a comedy. Like, I really hope that it's a more serious movie.
Well, can I get a
we have serious movies nowadays.
Hey, speaking of serious movies, let's check out that Double Toasted video right next. But
yeah, I know, right?
Stupid. Because I'm calling that fucking movie.
When it comes to the Mulan story, I get what y'all come from. You want a little bit of new shit with your old shit. But the problem with it, essentially for me, is I feel like they're not doing any of the callbacks that I feel are necessary for a soft reboot. Or even for it to become its own thing that is recognizable between people that, from my age group, that remembers the anime version, and for people that are coming up now. And Mushu, I think, is one of those characters that can blend well between two. Hell, you can have him even do a badass fight scene as a dragon, and Disney's knows has got the fucking money for it. But it's just so they can get the cultural relevancy from China. This is a lot of this is marketing.
Okay, but marketing in a different sense. Like, literally, they did a reboot of Sabrina, and you bitch that they didn't have a fucking cat. And they bitch they didn't have a fucking cat, and that fucking both those seasons are fucking amazing.
The cat's heart. There's no dragon in Mulan. The Punisher put the skull on the last episode. Daredevil can see with his powers, but he's blind.
Why are you even bringing up that fucking Daredevil in this fucking conversation? But the point is, they're trying to do something fucking different, and that's something that I've been fucking saying forever. It's like, why are you? Disney has the ability to slap their name on anything and make as much and make it basically fucking to anything out. So if you're taking something like Mulan, which again you can do a lot of stuff in that region of the fucking world and a lot of interesting stuff with both artistic designs and action scenes and just cool ass fucking weapons, and you're gonna do it, go for it because you're Disney, and as long as you slap your name onto it, you're guaranteed to get $150 million opening weekend. Like Beauty and the Beast, was people did not like, and that still made $1 billion fucking dollars. Like the only live action Disney remake that didn't make any fucking didn't make that much money was Dumbo. That's because Tim Burton's a hack.
Tim Burton has lost his golden
Okay, you
touch
guys
in
not.
terms of shit.
That's another thing too. Is like you're saying like movie sinful type shit. Like, man, hack Tim Burton. Like, dude, I don't even like most of his shit. But like, you gotta realize this dude like cultivated an entire genre. Like,
yes, and he has been descending for like the last decade.
I know, but you can't forget the shit. Like, okay,
I can forget
Spielberg.
it easily.
Oh man, like
Nick, if you've been my friend, if for the next 3 months right now you kick me in the nuts every single fucking day, I don't think I'm gonna be your friend in 3 months.
yeah, I know,
Hey,
but
hold on,
at the same
It
time,
doesn't matter how good friends we are now. You've been kicking me in the nuts for months.
but here's the thing though: if I kick your nuts so much and then we do become friends and I stop, I did the damage to your nuts. You're not gonna have
did he
like
stop?
fine kids when they come out. I would have stopped.
Okay, but when does Tim Burton stop making shitty movies?
No, but I'm telling you in the reverse of that. Like, you know, Tim Burton did so much shit in the beginning that was great, and it still has its effect. Because everything that you see around, like these other movies that come out, they're basing their like creative fucking, you know, ideas in these movies on his work. Like, there's
But-
worlds that have been created by Tim Burton.
Okay,
that-
but his work isn't good anymore. He hasn't made a good movie in a long fucking time. So it's not like he stopped making movies. If he stopped making movies at Big Fish or whatever, like whatever, yeah, I'm not gonna retroactively say Big Fish is a terrible movie, but I'm not gonna watch another Tim Burton movie because he hasn't made a good movie since.
Let me ask you this then: when it comes to people, even in music, then with Prince or the Beatles or anybody who's died or whatever the fuck they're gone, just because they ain't come out with the bop like the last 10 years, so they're all trash. Everything that happened before
No.
the 80s and 90s
Okay.
are all fucking bad. Like,
I'll use a
doesn't make
personal
sense.
example. If Eminem died after Encore, my favorite rapper of all time, he didn't die after Encore. He made 4 more albums of garbage.
Wait, so are you supporting my theory that bitches gotta die?
No, because you're nuts in saying that we should just shoot them at the age of 30.
Look, I want to bring back the blood days of rappers. All right, I'm more than willing to
Oh,
say
Jesus
that.
Christ, we're getting
Anyway,
off topic. Like, motherfucker,
Like,
go
again,
ahead.
yeah, like I said,
Drive
Eminem died.
by.
Anyway, if
and
Eminem
good
died after
albums,
Encore,
Alan.
he's still one of the greatest rappers ever. He didn't. He made 4 mediocre albums and got dissed by somebody else. As the only good song we got from Eminem last almost decade was Kill Shot, and it's like, I grew up on that bullshit, so I'm talking just as much shit as Eminem as I am talking about Tim Burton. Because if you stop making good products, I don't care how good you were at the start.
I will say really quick too that I'm very, very curious as to what Jed thinks about this, because more so than anything, I don't know if you're bummed at all, Jed, that this is not going to be animated. I don't know how much you care about live action readaptations to animated classics. So what are you feeling about the Mulan trailer?
Oh, I haven't really watched any of these live action Disney princess movies anyway. Like, the thing is with these live action remakes, they really don't have to have that much effort in them, because like the only reason they're being made is basically to like extend their contracts.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it for a lot of them.
Yeah.
The thing with Mulan is like, yeah, I actually love the original, like the fucking animated movie. It's actually one of my favorites. But at the same time, you do want to make sure that your Chinese audience also likes the movie. When Mulan came out, they hated it. Like, it's probably one of their most hated fucking Disney movies, like, over there.
Mm-hmm.
They hated the songs. They didn't like Mushu. They didn't like the fact the Emperor bowed at the end to Mulan. The actual love interest never even existed. What else? There was something else, but I can't remember.
Probably Mushu in general, honestly.
No, they absolutely hated Mushu.
Yeah.
They despised them.
They don't understand high art. That's why.
But
No,
it wasn't
he was the
historically
highest motherfucker
accurate.
with
Basically,
those,
it had the Pocahontas syndrome.
Oh, okay. And I don't even know what the Pocahontas syndrome is. 'Cause I
Oh,
don't know
just
shit
be
about
incredibly
this.
It was
insensitive.
super fucking inaccurate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the racial insensitivity and everything, or cultural insensitivity. Yeah. And I think that's gonna happen with all these though, with all these fucking animated classics, just because of the fact that like nowadays, like even this whole thing about the Little Mermaid being black now, like, you know, there was a time where that was so like taboo to even have like, you know, people of color be in these roles, whether they're animated or not animated. So now when this stuff's happening, it's almost like this huge crazy fucking thing, and it's like, I don't know, like, when it comes to insensitivities or inaccuracies from back in the older movies, it's like, can we kind of forgive that? Because that was the thing with all of these. Like, they're basically in uniform, just being insensitive to all these cultural things, you know?
Well, I mean, Pocahontas and Mulan were hated at the time. It's just the internet didn't exist, so it
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
be widespread. So it's like the chance to do these remakes is something I've always been saying of like, just do. You have the ability to do whatever the fuck you want with these stories. These stories aren't original stories. Like Little Mermaid is based off a fucking story of that character that ends in a complete. The original Little Mermaid story ends with Ariel dying.
Damn. Well, that's a little fucking
yeah,
hardcore for a goddamn.
We actually got turned into foam.
Okay, so what ends up happening in the original scale is most of it is accurate. She wants to go on land, she wants to be a person, goes and talks to Ursula and Ursula says, "Hey, I will give you whatever the fuck you want. You have to go on land, fall in love with somebody, and murder that person." That's the love interest of the movie. She goes through and starts falling in love with him and realizes that his life isn't worth hers. That it's like she's stealing his life for her own stuff, and instead of being selfish, she just dies and basically like passes away instead of sacrificing someone else's life. That's the original story of The Little Mermaid. What did they do with the Disney version? They fucking changed it so everything ends happy because that's what fucking Disney does. They change things for whatever the time is. You're doing a remake, you have the ability to do whatever the fuck you want. You could, like, I doubt they're going to do that in a new Mermaid movie. But imagine if they actually have it where the character dies. That'd be amazing.
The thing that frustrates me too, and this almost goes to something that you complain about movies too, about like the whole dying aspect or any kind of like dark ending. I feel like if that happened with this, everyone's gonna be wanting to copy it. You know, just like with Lion King when that fucking happened, like they started having lots of dark little things happening in movies. And I feel like if this happens with this, you can't have kids be going home fucking sad all the goddamn time, man. Like
Marvel
you really
did it
can't.
with Infinity War.
No, I know, and then you get Endgame, and it's like they try to do it again. I'm like, no, you can't. Like, don't keep doing the dark shit. Like that's Jed complains about this with DC all the fucking time, where it's like everything has to be fucking dark, like not only figuratively but literally as well. You know, and I don't want that to happen.
I'm not watching any more of those movies.
But does it really bother you? I'm going to ask you too, Jet, and I'll ask you first, actually. Does it bother you when these live-action movies have dark endings, or you feel like maybe these animated classics and even the live-action readaptations, do you feel like they should end with not a good and happy ending?
Well, it's not that like DC has dark endings. It's just like very muddy looking and ugly, and bad writing.
Yeah,
But,
that's true. I mean, it's subjective,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think pretty much all of us, including the chat, would probably agree with that.
But no, I actually love depressing endings. The thing is, if they're done too much, then I tend to get bored. And if they're just like not written well as well, basically like, oh, like this movie's complete shit for like the first like, let's say hour, and it's a fucking 2-hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets somewhat good in the next 20 minutes, and then for the rest of the part, they dive into this fucking, oh, something tragic might happen ass shit. It's just like, no. Because they kind of did that with Bridge Dare Bithy, although Bridge Dare Bithy was fucking terrible throughout. Until, like, the end where it actually did get interesting, because that was the most interesting part.
Mm-hmm.
The more depressing ending, but it was still a really fucking boring movie.
Yeah, I'm looking over here in the chat. BBM saying, "Damn, now people will say you made the Little Mermaid black just to kill her." Yeah, that would be fucked up if first black mermaid, gets killed in the end of the movie.
I know. I was thinking in my head, I'm just like, wait, that could come across bad if they have to bounce around who's gonna piss off who. But it's one of those things where I do agree with Jets. Like, I'm not saying I like everyone has to. I hate everyone dies at the end. Like, I fucking screamed about that. And it's one of those things where like people yell, "Well, you don't like having fun movies?" No. I like having fun in movies. I watch fucking bad movies and laugh my ass off. It's one of those things where I'm just kind of sick of comedies because I feel like comedy is supposed to alleviate and make you, and kind of bring you down to a level so that you're able to continue with the movie and not want to fucking, kill yourself halfway through. But I feel like a lot of times, especially with Marvel movies, is they're using the comedy to basically make you remind it to say, "Oh, don't worry, this is all stupid. Don't worry about it," or to get rid of any consequences.
Yeah,
they're not using it as levity. They're using it as a way to just make you forget, so that you don't question how stupid the character's actions are.
It's one of the biggest things wrong with Far From Home. Actually, it's like we had to turn something serious like a Spidey sense into a joke, and it's like, if you guys would have just treated Spidey sense with fucking like, extremeness or like just serious, any kind of seriousness to that, that would have been so fucking big at the end of the movie. You know what I mean? That would have been so badass.
Oh, you don't like his Peter Tinkle?
Yeah, Peter Tinkle. It's like, oh my god, dude, it's so fucking stupid.
I'm so mad.
And who is that making people laugh? Like, I know, like, and I'll go and put his name out there, but Julian Himdinger made a post on Show and Toes, and even people who liked the movie, because he was like, "Hey guys, who else thought this was funny? How funny Far From Home was?" And people were like, "The movie was great, but it wasn't funny." And it's like, okay, well, these are people that are really into Spider-Man that probably laugh at a lot of the stuff that Spider-Man does. So it's like, is that part for kids then? Like, are kids over there like, Peter Tinkle? It's
No,
like,
it's just a situation where they don't have to ever bring it up. It's like, well, where's the spice? Oh, it's the Peter Tingle, ha ha, joke. It's like we're using jokes as a way to to get rid of consequences and to just basically take you out of the movie for a second. So they're like, oh, don't worry, guys. If this part's dumb, everything is dumb. Where it's like, no, I want good writing. Stranger Things has a lot of comedy in it, but that fucking last season is some of the best writing that I've seen all year, because they're able to get serious moments, they're able to get sad moments, but they didn't. The comedy isn't sitting there to make you forget that the sad moment exists. They're able to kind of calm it down, give everyone a moment, and then they'll cut back, and then they'll do something a little bit funny to kind of get you back up to a certain level where they need you to go. It's like that show is masterfully crafted, from its writing to its visuals to its gore to its comedy. It never feels like it's taken away. So don't tell me that you can't have serious good stories anymore when we have it all the fucking time. That's why I wanted the Mulan thing. I don't want this straight Disney comedy bullshit. I want something that's a little bit more serious.
in the YouTube chat, Ryan Walterson saying Mushu wasn't on the level of Robin Williams as the genie, but he thought he was effective comic relief, and that's the one thing.
Exactly, Ryan.
No, like, and to Ryan's point too, it's like that's a way to alleviate whatever the serious storyline is going with, but yet not to alleviate the premise. Like with Spider-Man, I feel like, yeah, you're alleviating like the whole point of the movie, but then there's certain things like with these Disney movies, and we can go back to Mulan here with this, where I hope that like they continue this trend of alleviating the darkness of it, but still like the premise still stays intact. I mean, like the goal is not changed, or some power, some ability, or something isn't like taken away with a joke. You don't want to like fuck up your foundation basically. And I think this is gonna be kind of cool. I mean, they're taking it seriously, and this can be still fun. This could be really cool, and still have some serious stuff in there to the point where it's like you can have a good time, and then also like at the end you're at the edge of your seat, like what the fuck's gonna happen. And this being so different from its like source material, who knows? Maybe an important death, not from Mulan, but like maybe a important death can happen here, which would be awesome.
And again, fun doesn't have to fucking be a comedy. Like, you can have something that's serious and still be fun.
Exactly, yeah. But this looks like fun to me. It looks like, and this is another movie I want to see and I didn't get a chance to with that Robin Hood movie. I know it's pretty shitty, but it looked like fun shitty. It was like fun after hours, hanging out with the Toasties, watch that together.
Okay, you missed it, but we went to the after hours and I showed them the first like 10 minutes of the movie. And they laughed their asses off because it's like Jarhead.
Oh, you were mad?
Motherfucker, the crossbows fire like a goddamn machine gun. It's not how they work.
But see, the same thing goes for Sicario too, where that guy's turning a Magnum or Revolver, where the fucking to a machine gun as well. It was like,
but at least that's in modern day setting that you can explain away with an automatic pistol, whatever the fuck. These guys are in the First Crusades, firing arrows, dude. At one point, I am not kidding. They fighting the other side, which basically they might as well be terrorists. Guy gets a fucking rocket launcher of arrows and fires it.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that even make sense? Rocket launcher with arrows?
I don't know.
No, he literally puts it on his back and fires a bunch of arrows.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I shouldn't watch fucking.
No, after that it gets immediately boring. It's a boring.
Don't you believe it?
I almost want to see that fucking King Arthur by Guy.
I actually like that one.
Okay,
that just sounds boring.
It sounds boring, but there's a point where it looks like the beginning of a Transformers movie where they have like so much fireworks and everything going on, and I'm just kind of like, holy fuck, dude, this looks insane. But one other thing that's going to be looking insane too is the fact that this motherfucker, which by the way, why is he wearing a purple hat? Samuel Jackson's wearing this purple whatever the fuck.
Because he can do whatever the goddamn fuck he wants. What are you going to do? Tell him to stop?
He's like, tell me what to do. Which one am I head, motherfucker?
He wants someone to walk up to him and tell him the hat is stupid so he can scream at him.
Yeah, no, I know.
What did you say to me, motherfucker?
You guys know me as being kind of a hothead too, and I'm going to tell you, Samuel Jackson, I will not have a fucking attitude with this dude. Like, if he did something to piss me off, I'm just going to take it and just shut my big fucking mouth. But here's the thing, though.
You got a little dick and you know it.
But as much of a badass that he is, I think that's, and I hate to be, once again, negative about something, one of our topics today, but it's like, I feel like this is going to hurt the whole idea, the whole atmosphere of Saw. Apparently Chris Rock, which, by the way, once again, it's a thing where I'm like, you're going to have this comedian who only works with comedic stuff, and he's going to be doing this fucking, the Saw movie, the Saw franchise, and a reboot of all things, too. That's a whole lot of extra work that you're going to have to do. And a lot of work for the viewer, too, because now I have to work my way into accepting the fact that comedian is doing Saw. Then I also have to accept that they're going to redo this entire franchise. Now I have to also... Yeah, and then, like, the third like, fucking layer on this whole entire premise is like, yeah, now he's gonna be in the movie, and now I don't know what the fuck Samuel Jackson's gonna do, but he has such a presence that like anytime he's in a movie, I'm just like, what's he gonna do? I don't give a fuck about the premise. I don't care about the villain, whatever. When's he gonna say motherfucker? You know what I mean?
Pretty much, but I think it's I don't know, because I was looking all over the place to see what his role is. Apparently, he's playing the dad and like Chris Rock's dad in the movie.
Oh, Chris Rock is in the movie too?
Apparently, Chris Rock's starring in it, and they're both starring in it. And do you remember you saw 2, right?
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I watched.
Remember the whole plot of that was he's trying to find his son?
Yeah.
I feel like they're trying to do something similar to that.
You know, and Solidus brings up a good point too. You know, Danny McBride did that with Halloween, and he did with Joseph Gordon-Levitt or some other comedic actor too.
Yeah, but Danny McBride wasn't in Halloween. He just helped make it.
But he was also in Alien Covenant. I don't think it hurt things. But then again, he was
in the movie. I mean, he wasn't bad in it, but that movie was trash.
Yeah, but you know, Danny McBride, you know, sometimes, and I think this thing has been brought up many times, like through, you know, many podcasters and whatnot, but like some of these comedians, you start to notice that, you know, their humor is, you know, kind of put out there through darkness or dark, like, things that happen in their life or whatever. So they sometimes come out with some really, really good, dark, fucked up shit, you know? But Saw is already ridiculous. Like, after the 4th movie, it almost becomes like a torture porn comedy. Like, it just got fucking silly.
Yeah, because the 3rd one's the last time they had a story, and once they killed the Jigsaw Killer, and spoilers, who fucking cares? They just kind of lost what they were, and they're just like, it became more about the traps. They're like, let's create some elaborate bullshit. Who cares about the storyline? They drop storylines like crazy, and it's
wow,
like,
thanks, Alan. I was planning on watching those.
no, not them all. The
No, you
only
were
song
not.
I've not seen is the first one, which is hilarious.
No, but the only thing is, like, I'm not saying like this is gonna be bad or anything. I'm not trying to like say there's gonna be some bullshit, but it's just like one of those things where, you know, you're asking a lot from your audience. You're asking a lot of people to accept a lot of things, and I mean, like you bring up this Chris Rock starring in anything, that's another layer. You know, I mean, we're so far away from the foundation of the premise that's like, this is failing before we even see a trailer. This is already like, yikes, dude.
I can't for Gabriel Iglesias to join this cast.
No, but what are you feeling about this, Ganja? Like, have you ever been a follower of the Saw series or anything?
Yeah, I follow the Saw series. Pretty much the same thing as you said. Like, the first 2 take it kind of seriously to where they are decent movies. The first one I think is pretty great. That plot twist, I was a young kid. I was like 13. I haven't really gotten into a lot of plot twists. You know, I'm still just watching like basic movies. And when that happens, scene where he gets up at the end after he's been pretending to be the guy that blows his head off, boy, that shit blew my little mind. But after that, it just dropped hard. It's just like, hey, how many traps, how many ankles can we break? Blood, gore. Hey, come see Saw every Halloween. We'll show you some bodies, motherfucker.
I know.
And besides that, it became its own like a spectacle, and I'm glad it went away for a little while. The only reason I'm iffy on this is it sounds like it's either going to be a drama with 2 comedic people. I know Samuel Jackson did drama, but that was in the past. Like, what was it called? Jungle Fever was a long time ago, folks.
Yeah,
and
but
he has not done a drama in a while, and he's kind of been etched as this character that either plays a very strong like spy character or a stoic soldier or a straight up comedic strongman that jokes around, just is really loud. So if they do that with the same kind of premise as Saw, I can see this being a very like comedic film, almost on the level of a parody of Saw. So like I think BBM was saying in the YouTube chat that there was one character that was looking for his son. Apparently.
Yeah, I think it's the second Saw movie. Yeah.
This could be a play on that, where he was looking for his dad. The dad's still alive. He's been held captive for a while by one of the descendants of the Jigsaw Killer, because that's kind of what they did towards the end. It's just he has a bunch of inspirations running around. And one of the things that I wonder if they're going to do with this is it's going to become one of those comedic films. And I'm just going to see a bunch of interesting deaths with a bunch of comedians or comedic actors that I'll just love to see. Like, if Chris Evans hop on, I wouldn't mind seeing him get smashed in the machine a couple times.
One of the biggest things about this too is that the first movie, I mean, even little creepy things like this, like people recording some of these characters outside their windows and then going back and forth Pulp Fiction style on like, or Tarantino style, I guess is a better way to say it. But like, you know, this movie was like a puzzle in itself. Like, so the whole Jigsaw aspect of it was like, okay, kind of cool. Once you kind of know like what's going on and how you fuck with people and his whole purpose of doing it, you keep like revealing shit, and it's like you reveal so much that there's nothing to like, I guess like there's no incentive to kind of get through anything. It's just like yeah, just bare bones.
Every movie kept going further and further into his character story to the extent where I think like it's a 6th movie where you ended up just basically figuring out exactly the main, like, why he does everything and how it started and his origin story and shit like that.
Plus,
It's
too, is like
trash.
another thing too is that when a movie gets lots of money and they keep kind of going on, like this happened with Paranormal Activity as well. Because after Saw,
Oh yeah.
Paranormal Activity started like it was Halloween, and then it was like that era of fucking ghosts in your fucking house.
Oh, dude, the found footage, man.
Yeah, found footage. That's the word.
Paranormal Activity both started it and killed it.
Yeah, no, that's the thing though. Yeah, like I'm looking at this and look how fucking produced this is. Like this is so Hollywood, and it's like what made Saw cool was the fact that it was kind of creepy and kind of like, I mean, the same thing happened with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, by the way, where it's just like it's so fucking like produced, and it takes away from like just the angst of whatever the fucking movie is.
Well, again, it happened to every horror movie franchise. Eventually, they want to make money. Every one of these movies makes their money back, so they got to keep pumping them out. But they eventually just run out of ideas.
Yeah, no, but I'm gonna ask you really quick, Jet. Saw movies. Are you ever gonna watch these?
No.
Why not? I've been making you watch the fucking Freddy Krueger movies. Actually, I really want to get Jet and all of you guys actually in this call to watch VHS. It's one of the biggest movies that scared the fucking shit out of me back in the day.
Man, like some of the stuff you said scared the shit back, like out of you back in the day. Like, you go back and watch those, and it's just like that's what you were scared of.
Oh, name one fucking thing that particular comment fits. Because, like, most of the shit that I was scared of, I think was, like, really fucking creepy. Like, even when I showed Inside the After Hours, I think people were like, dude, yeah, that was kind of creepy.
I'm pretty sure you did that recently, and people were just like, that scared you?
You know what it was, too? I think, man, lately, and this is the thing that was really embarrassing to fuck on me, but, like, sometimes I don't remember stuff for its quality more so than just my hype or whatever it was. Alan's probably really happy for me to fucking realize that Mortal Kombat Annihilation was not as good as I thought it was. That was embarrassing.
No, my favorite fucking thing, and it's like I felt so bad for Nick when he's like, "Oh man, this scene's great." When Baraka shows up, it's the best thing in the fucking world. Shows up, and then dies immediately. I was like,
yeah.
You didn't even get a fight with him on the ground. It was just swinging.
"Oh my god, yeah, they were Donkey Kong swinging."
No, and then the thing is, when they killed Baraka, it's actually just them replaying the footage of them killing Rain. Like, yeah, I remember that shit. That was fucking bad. And then recently with Freddy Krueger, the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, we were watching that, and I was like, no, it's gonna be cool. Like these characters are good, and like has good atmosphere. My God, that movie is worse than just the Freddy Krueger bad acting shit. It was like horrible on so many other levels. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe Saw was bullshit. You know, I gotta watch that
it
again.
was. My favorite Saw 2 and 3 are probably my favorite ones. And then it just kind of dies after that.
My thing is, I want to ask this question, and this is something I've noticed a lot. Is it kind of a red flag if someone is really into the Saw killer? Because one of the things about him is like he gets portrayed as this like really like vigilante hero protagonist, but honestly, he's kind of just a dick who thinks like people should live the way he wants them to live. Like I feel like if he was like a little bit homophobic, he had like a gay guy in these traps.
Oh yeah.
Like you, cure the gay away.
Well, no, it's one of those things where it's like he wanted people to live up to be better than what they were, because he's always getting like drug addicts and like awful human beings. Like he's people that can make crimes. Like one of the ones that was actually a really cool was there was this abusive woman in a relationship, and he basically like these huge fucking like iron rods, put it inside through her outside of her abusive husband. And he basically says, like, hey, if you pull this out of you, he'll die, you'll live. But it's like, if you keep it in there, you both die. So it's like one of those situations like, hey, I'm going to get you out of this abusive relationship by getting you to sacrifice your flesh.
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
I mean,
He's
it's
stupid.
stupid.
In his own twisted way, he's trying to help people. I'm not saying I agree, but his own twisted way, he's trying to help
Okay, I thought you were defending. All right.
You know, that guy's nuts.
So this motherfucker has a god complex, and also he's telling he wants people to be better than what they are. Motherfucker, you're basically using a doll to make fucking death traps and shit. Like, the fuck is wrong with you? You become better than what the fuck you are.
Well, because the thing is, I think it was that's his origin. I think it was the 5th or 6th one. What basically happened is some random drug addict
man
like
over here playing with fucking toys and shit, being edgy and shit. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So the origin story for the Jigsaw Killer is some random drug addict like breaks into the clinic where his wife's working, and his wife is pregnant. She falls to the ground, loses the baby. He then gets diagnosed with cancer, and he's just like, fuck it, I want to die. Life's not worth living. Gets into a car accident, should have died, but he gets injured, but is able to survive, pulls like little like stuff out of his body that he's able to survive, and goes, oh, I don't want to die anymore. I guess if people go through extreme pain and they're almost going to die, as long as they survive, they'll have a new lease on life. and then he starts creating the traps.
Motherfucker, get out of here!
I'm telling you what happened, man.
That's his ass. Like, it doesn't mean everyone needs to fucking, like, go on his side of fucking
Some
things. And
motherfuckers
shit.
just need therapy and a good couch to cry on an hour every Friday.
No,
Let me
you
go,
need to pull
everybody
razor
speak-
blades out of your dick.
Dude, honestly, I'm very. I know it's like taking way off of topic, but I'm wondering, like, what little tiny things inside of a therapist's room do they actually put in there just to make people feel more at ease? Like, do they have a certain fragrance or a certain couch or a certain pillow
I
that
think
makes
that
people?
fake houseplant really gives me serenity.
No, like I'm
Yeah,
wondering
why?
that too, because they have like those plastic plants. I think I've never been to a therapist's room, but I'm pretty sure they do. And it's like
Yeah,
I
they
can
do.
imagine people like just thinking they walk in, you're like, oh, look at that plant, oxygen, life in general, yes. Like,
Also, JP, you're completely wrong. It's not a hero complex. This is like Jet's 100% right. This is a god complex. Deciding how someone should live, die. Heroes don't do that. A hero complex is someone that go out their way to save somebody, even when they shouldn't probably be saved. Like
No.
someone who is in an abusive relationship but always goes back to their abuser, and they just keep doing it because that's what they think is right. That's more of a hero complex. This guy thinks you should change your lifestyle, and your life is only of value when you accomplish his goals or his toy.
yeah, Rock's saying rolly chairs and toys. Yeah, actually, you know what's fucked up is that I had a lot of those in my fucking doctor appointments when I was a kid, so maybe I had a fucked up situation for
Like,
myself.
let me get this. Like, I've been feeling really sad. Oh, hey, let me grab this fucking bed and, like, let me, like, smash you upside your fucking head. I did this, and it made me feel better, and it
Okay.
made me feel happy. How about I do it to you instead?
Okay, let me ask you this though. Like, is that not what fucking Grand Theft Auto most of these video games are? And Rage 2 and all that shit? It's like,
No.
kind of there's a point there, because like in these video games we are like torturing and killing random other
Okay,
innocent people. So
no, not necessarily, because one, that's fictionalized. It's never gonna. It's not. You're not harming real people. And two, they literally did this in the last movie, in which they had the Saw support group, and one of the guys going, well, oh, you know, it helped me. It made me stronger. And one of the characters goes, so it took your landlord dying for you to get a new, like, for you to be stronger or whatever the fuck. And she
Like, you-
lost her fucking arm prior.
Like you fucking monster. That's what you needed to feel better?
Yo, man, my
Like,
dick
yeah.
didn't get hard until I had to kill my wife.
Like, he's not a hero, but he is, like, in his own sick way trying to help. That's what.
Like,
that's what's
I
demented.
agree. Like, landlords suck and everything, but Jesus fucking Christ.
yeah, I mean, one thing I was thinking too, and I've always had this kind of idea. Why don't they make like a Saw toy where people can like literally take their frustrations out on it, but at the same time, if you're a person who did want to like crash somebody's skull or crush somebody's skull, I think most people that knew what that felt like, they would probably be like, oh god, I feel so fucked up, I don't want to do this. So make it super realistic so people won't want to do that. And then they do like it, well, now you have a torture doll to do that too. I think they should do that, the Saw toy. That would be fucking awesome.
He just wants a stress ball that's made out of human flesh.
Seriously, was that not like, dude? Listen to how you said that. Doesn't that sound like such a good
Yeah,
idea?
I said it like I'm a crazy person.
I feel like it looked like a testicle.
Yeah, you know, what? Crazy person / consumer. So there you go, people. Like we gotta get somebody to make that.
And
fucking
capitalism truly knows no bounds.
thing. And then
You're not
hopefully we can
wrong.
make it based off of Samuel Jackson. Every time you hit it, he's like, "Motherfucker!" You know, start screaming.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. But anyways, moving on. Speaking of killing and all this bullshit, Mortal Kombat apparently got their Sub-Zero. And here's the thing. I know I usually say a lot of stuff when we talk about Mortal Kombat and whatnot, but I think in this situation, I don't got nothing to say because I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Apparently, Alan does.
So they don't. So you got to correct yourself. They found their Sub-Zeros. They found all 6 of them.
Wait, what the fuck?
I guarantee you, at some point in the Mortal Kombat movie, the Sub-Zero's gonna die, and then his twin brother's gonna show up, because that literally happens at every.
Oh, the
game.
Baihan thing and the
It
noob side
pisses
about
me
yeah.
off so goddamn much. They might as well just call him Kenny, 'cause he just keeps coming back. But yeah, Joe Talisman, and I fucking love him, because again, he's in the Raid Redemption, which is a great fucking movie. The Night Comes for Us, he has some great action scenes in there. So it's like, yeah, we're getting somebody that is really good in fighting to be in Mortal fucking Kombat. So it's like, okay, you're getting the right people for the right role. All we need is Donnie Yen and the guy from that was in Ip Man 3, and then we just need like not Jelly, he's a little bit too old, but like just get a bunch of the people that have been there. Iko Uwaz, I know I fucked up his name, but he was also in the raid. So it's like, get these people to be in this fucking movie and just get a bunch of crazy ass action scenes.
This entire fucking movie, by the way, needs like all these characters in these movies, even the fucking like the extras who are just getting knocked the fuck out in a hallway. They need to be in Mortal Kombat. Like I fucking love these people.
I'm fucking hyped for Echo the Dolphin. I was talking about, man. That motherfucker's gonna kick so much ass.
What?
Iko Uwaz, I know I fucked his name up.
I heard Echo, and I was
Echo
just
the
like,
Man, I tried my best. I fucking tried.
No, and that's the biggest thing too that Kirk is.
oh, he's doing his fatality. Get down, Luke Cage.
anyway, but
Just
like
making that
the
fucking
best
dolphin
thing is
sound.
like that was a little bit of the problem with the last one is they got people. I mean, they got people that couldn't act or couldn't fight, which was a problem. Like some people in the Mortal Kombat movies could fight, some people couldn't. But if you're getting actual fighters, like people that can actually fight, it's gonna work. And it's like, yeah, all of them have accents anyway in Mortal Kombat half the fucking time. Like, not everyone sounds Canadian or fucking North American. So it's like, yeah, people actually do have these accents. So it's like, and you don't even need to have Scorpion talk that fucking much
No,
if you
see,
want
that's
to.
the biggest thing I was gonna bring up to you, by the way, because that's a situation where it's like, I hate when people say, man, they gotta have good acting in these, horror movies or in these fighting movies. I'm like, dude, no, they fucking don't. I would want a movie to be completely silent for fucking dialogue, just to have some great fucking fights. In Mortal Kombat, all you need to know, I need to get there to the tournament, or holy shit, they're invading our Earth.
Okay.
Boom, fight. That's all I fucking want.
Okay,
What's the problem?
but that's what the fucking second Mortal Kombat was. It was just we got to get there and fight, and it was fucking terrible. But take the Raid, which is one of the simplest action movies out there, and there isn't that much more dialogue than there is in any other action movie. But every one of it is acted fucking great because they get good actors. Having good actors in a movie is always gonna fucking elevate it. No one's ever gonna be like, "Wow, I really watched this movie, but I wish the acting wasn't so good." Like no one's ever said that.
I literally have said that.
No, you're crazy.
No, because situations are kind of rough. Like like Salvation. Let's be honest. With Terminator Salvation, that was some good acting. There was
No,
a lot
was
of.
it?
There was. By the way, your boy, fucking Christian Bale, aka Batman, was in there, and he was like,
Yeah,
"We're all
dead.
dead."
Some fucking bullshit. What's your point?
No, those actors were good. I know that I couldn't fucking act even a slight as good as they were. And honestly, it's like they sold whatever the fuck was happening. But at the same time, there needs to be good writing. That's the important part. You can act your fucking ass off, but if you're like sitting there trying to earn a fucking award with like, "We are gonna die, we are all dead, Skynet," it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck about you screaming into a goddamn walkie-talkie. Show some fucking robots. Transformers 1 has some of the worst acting ever, and is that movie not fucking amazing? It is amazing. Okay, I love that fucking movie, and I think most of the people that are watching the chat probably like the first Transformers.
Yeah, they enjoy the movie, yes, but again, sitting there and saying that good actors take away from the movie is nuts. And Salvation had terrible acting. That's one of the reasons it was so boring because nobody fucking gave a shit about what the fuck was going on. Same thing with fucking Genesis. But again, take like fucking John Wick 1. It's like you have Keanu Reeves and he is trying his best, but there's so many other people around Keanu Reeves that are great at acting that are elevating that movie to being more what it is. You have Adrian Padalecki. You have fucking Ian McShane. You have the guy, that dude from Lost. I keep forgetting his name. I've seen him in a bunch of other stuff.
Okay,
Like
let me
you
ask you
have
this
all
real
these.
quick before we continue on this route with John Wick. Let me just say really quick. Let me just paint a picture for you. Keanu Reeves in John Wick 4. He's beating up people, and then he stops because this is the point where Keanu Reeves is going to earn his award next year, right? And he's going to sit down. He's going to be like, "Oh, I really miss my wife and my dog." And we hear, and it's a very realistic cry, and it's super fucking emotional. Well, it's an action movie. Do I want to fucking see that shit?
Okay.
No.
Yes. Yes, I do. Because guess what? One of my favorite fucking scenes in John Wick 1 is when they have him fucking tied to a chair and they're about to execute him, and he basically explains because everyone's like, "Dude, why'd you just kill like 60 people for a dog?" And he explains that it's like, no, you didn't kill my dog. You killed the last thing my wife gave me. You basically killed my wife. That's why I'm coming after all of you. And it's like the fucking emotion he actually managed to give. He actually managed to get good acting out of Keanu Reeves. Was one of the best parts of that fucking movie because guess what? That led to a cool action scene leading to another cool action scene. You have in between moments that's why you have the good acting because you can't have a person just punching little punches for an hour and 30 minutes. At some point, the camera cuts and you have to have a dialogue. And if that dialogue sucks, you're like, "Oh God, why am I here?" But if it's good, you're like, "Cool, I want more."
So that's how movies are made?
Yeah, that's how movies
I'm
are
just
made.
joking.
like this idea, like you can't have literally there is going to be a point where the action stops, and that is just as important as when the action is on because the action stops and you want to shoot yourself, people will leave the theater.
Judging by just all the other movies that came out, well, not all of the movies, but hold on, my mic.
And Nick died. I won. Yay!
Shut up, you.
Fatality.
Goddamn, Mike.
Finish him.
One of these days when we start doing a bunch of subscriptions on Twitch and all that bullshit, I'm gonna use all that money to buy me a new fucking microphone. Cause god damn it. But anyways,
Speaking of DS's mic coming all apart, you guys remember Unwrapped?
Unwrapped?
What's that?
What's
Yeah,
that?
it was a Food Network show. Basically, they went around basically these different places around the world, figuring out like how like these special foods are made and stuff like that.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with this microphone. And you know what? About Unwrapped, I would eat
Well,
the...
the thing is, what I was gonna say is I was thinking of like that's Alan's version. Like Alan's version of Unwrapped. He basically just goes into what makes it a good movie.
Oh yeah, basically, yeah. I'm over here. Like,
I know
oh.
4 people off the top of my head that would fucking kill me if I tried to do that.
Solidus says he watched it too, Jet. Apparently, I don't know what the fucking Wrapped is, honestly.
I mean,
No,
I would go.
it's a pretty interesting show. Like, oh, you want to know like how this famous like bomb pop was made? Oh, here's how it was made at this factory.
That sold me just by itself. You know,
I would always like to do a video of just like, hey, the differences between action scenes and action movies. Like, what makes one action movie really good and one action movie really bad, even though they both have great fights. Like, I would love
honestly,
to do
Alan,
something
I
like
would
The start and the end to a good action movie.
Alan, I would literally subscribe to that just to get to the episode where we discuss how Jason punching a motherfucker's head off was a good choreography.
That'd be my first episode.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Stupid.
No,
Stupid.
you gotta establish that. That'd be 3rd episode, and I'll have you on so I can explain that shit to you of why this 30-second scene. I'll fucking fight you afterwards.
Here's the thing, though, Jack. I'm gonna ask you,
Motherfucker.
based on the whole knowledge of just every Mortal Kombat property pretty much being shit, except for the first movie, which, by the way, that wasn't all that good. People talk about that all the time. The first video game
It was
movie.
great. We watched it recently. You're wrong.
Well, you're gay, which is a good thing, and I love you. But here's the thing, though. Before I kiss Alan Ryan in the fucking mouth over here, Jed, I'm gonna ask you: is there any hype for this Mortal Kombat movie that's gonna be coming out apparently in 2021? Even though most of this fucking franchise has had shitty like shows and movies and whatnot.
Oh, what'd you say?
I'm saying, like, is there any hype that you have for the new Mortal Kombat movie? Because of just all the Mortal Kombat stuff has been pretty much garbage as far as like movies and TV shows.
Honestly, I don't really think of this one way or the other.
Wow, okay. I like how fucking Sub-Zero over here is just looking at you like, God damn it, so cold-hearted. Here's the thing, man. I know that you just said too, Alan. It's like, well, we watched it recently. The first movie was good. There's a lot about this house pretty much just as bad as fucking Annihilation, man.
Well, yeah, they're some of the same actors that made it terrible. I'm not saying Mortal Kombat 1 was the greatest movie ever, but it's like, still had its moments.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I hope this is gonna be good. 2021 is gonna be the timer is gonna be coming out.
Look, video game movies have gotten a lot better, so it's not wrong to have faith in it.
Have they though?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have. I mean,
As you stroke your mic very seductively to me.
yeah.
Have they
You
though?
just stroke it. Alan, please, God, don't ever do that
I
again.
felt like a
'cause people
little
can't really...
tingle. I felt my Peter tingle.
No. Oh.
Any fucking
He got the
way.
sticky sense.
Have they though? Like what? Like except I mean, again, maybe Angry Birds is the best fucking one, but that's like
Or Warcraft. Warcraft was okay for what it was. Warcraft. World of
Warcraft was good.
Yeah, and by the way, too, it's like I'm saying that out of a person who fucking hates World of Warcraft, and like that movie was not too bad. God, there was another one that came out recently too, man. Fuck, I can't remember.
That Tomb Raider movie wasn't good. Like it had its moments, but it fucking shits the bed when it gets to the fucking island.
I count District 9 as a Resistance movie. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Actually,
All right,
No.
explain Resistance movie to me.
It's
well,
nah,
the Chimera,
nah.
and then like they killing the soldiers. You know?
No, because the Chimera invade in London and take basically during World War II. So no, like they're
but what
both
if they
great
came at
properties.
different
But
times?
I got a question. All right, since we're talking about Resistance right now, this is something I've always want to ask. No, none of my friends groups back in the day played this fucking game.
Okay.
All right, who here plays Resistance?
Me, I fucking
yeah.
love Resistance.
Okay, I got a question. So it takes place in World War II. Is it after we win or right during it?
okay, so what ended up
It's a
happening
two-part
is
question. Just answer the first part.
I don't know because I just
okay. So I can answer the
And the
first part.
second one is, do you hang out with Nazis?
Okay. Okay, this is basically what's going to happen. When I said during World War II, I mean during the time period of like 1940s. Because what ends up happening is I think during 1941 or whatever, an alien spaceship lands in Russia and and they can't contain it after a while. It's just like, hey, they tried to and whatever. It starts spreading, eventually hits to Europe and starts spreading over Europe. So what happens is this was during the fucking war. But everyone's like, well, fuck it. We can't necessarily do this anymore. So America basically sends thousands of troops over to help out with the fucking whatever the fuck's going on over there. All of them die except for you. Like, you're the only American that somehow survived. And you're basically just fighting alongside the British trying to retake it. Like, at one point, you fight in the Church of England.
And apparently, your character Nathan Hale is actually kind of a rebel. Like he's been getting in trouble. He got kicked out of the army a couple times, and then some other shit was going on. So it's almost like a thing where it's like, and I thought they were gonna work on this more, especially with the second one. But I was like wondering, man, what if the army or the military kind of like tells him fuck off? You know what I mean? Like you can't be here. You know what I mean? So that's kind of lingering.
And that brings me to our second question. Because it happens in the middle of the war, are the Nazis still around?
Honestly, most of Europe has been ravaged because like you think the video there says 1938, so even if the Nazi Party was around, they would have got ravaged because like at this point everybody was basically being destroyed. It's a world-ending event happening in 1938.
1951. Yeah. No, man. Like, God, I fucking love Resistance 2. Like, just watching this
That
right now.
first
I
one
wanna
is
play.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Resistance 2 was good too.
Resistance 2 is a piece of. I don't
Okay,
want to go on a
that
rant.
cooperative mode basically is the whole reason why we have Overwatch and fucking Fortnite and all this shit right now. Like that.
Yeah, and
Maybe not Fortnite, but.
And Call of Duty is the reason that fucking game is as garbage as it fucking is because that game came around Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 2 is one of the fucking biggest games ever fucking made. So when that came out, everyone was trying to be a Call of Duty clone. So it basically just took everything from it. It basically was Black Ops before Black Ops was a fucking thing. Where it's like you only get 2 fucking weapons from the previous game in which you had 8. All the fucking everything now you're mostly set in America, so everything's gung ho patriots. Oh, we know how to do better than the Brits, yada yada yada. Military jargon. The main character they gave him as a voice actor, but he's just fucking like discount general now, and it's like, fuck. They just started adding all this shit to the lore that doesn't actually work, and just kind of makes it seem because now there's like 18 other people that are exactly like you, so you're no longer special. You're just part of another group of people that do the exact same bullshit. They just ruin that.
But you're a sentinel apparently. You're one of the fucking the monsters too, because you're infected and you're getting worse and worse. And by the way, you talking shit about the voice actor. That's fucking David K, aka Megatron from Beast Wars. You do not.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna go
Just
purple.
because
I'm
you're a
gonna go
good
purple
voice actor-
dinosaur on your ass right now.
Just because you're a good voice actor in one property doesn't mean you're a good voice actor in another property.
Jesus Christ.
He could be poorly directed, just like Nolan North was in that fucking Dark Void video game.
All right, well, fuck you. Anyways, the last thing we'll be touching on really quick. It's gonna be very, very quick, actually. Cuphead is apparently gonna get an animated series on Netflix. Gotta tell you, man, I don't like this at all. Once again, this is like the fucking third thing in the goddamn row that I said I don't like. But yo, I can't fucking stand Cuphead. And every time I've said something,
Really, Nick? Can you not stand Cuphead, or do you love it and it's your favorite game ever?
no, I fucking hate it. And here's the thing,
He
too,
loved
that
it
I'm
so
getting
much
frustrated
he
with.
went out his way to create a fucking cheat engine for it.
He loves it
Yeah.
so much that he brings it up all the time and saying, you know what? You know what something that does it better? Cuphead. Because at least Cuphead has this. Because at least Cuphead has that.
Oh, I do that because I'm a fair man. So thank you for letting everybody know.
Oh,
that I'm
yeah,
very
yeah,
fair
you're a
in my
fair man. You bring it up so much, I think you like this game. Because you've been in how many times, Nick?
Okay, by the way, fuck. God
That's
damn
a
it.
theme song for Stranger Things, by the way.
No, here's the thing. I did like it. That's the thing. It's like when I first played, I was like, oh fuck yeah, this is cool. And then I'm like, wait, there's nothing here. Wow, this game sucks. Like, but that's the thing. And fuck you, Cedric. You're saying damn called out. Yeah, but I mean, look, that's why I had to get this game, you know, a little bit of respect because yeah, dude, like there was something there and they fucked it up. They you know, come on, man. Even in DLC, I'm gonna give it a shot. You know, hopefully they do a couple things that are a little bit better. But this series is like one thing that we've always complained about when we talk about this game is like, where's the DLC? Where's this? Where's that? And everyone always has this fucking big excuse. Man, it's so hard to work as an indie company. They're just trying their fucking little hearts out. They're just so nice, right? No, they're making this fucking movie or this animated series on Netflix. Work on your fucking game. Like, time management, you motherfuckers. Like, that is so goddamn annoying to me, dude. Like, really? We're gonna get this fucking... And by the way, it's not gonna be good. I can guarantee it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be a bunch of fucking 1950s
Oh, well,
humor.
don't worry, Nick. You can use your hex code on it to watch it faster.
Shit, yeah, I'll do whatever the fuck I can to skip this fucking bullshit.
Well,
Like,
again, Castlevania
fuck?
fucking came out, like, and that was fine.
but dude, you know there's gonna be a comedy. You know there's gonna be fucking 1950s jokes. Like, oh hey, back in the day, old TV sets.
Again, Castlevania proves that there's a precedent for games going to like. We'll have to see what happens with Devil May Cry. I know they're different companies, but like we need to know. It's like, is this the start of a new trend where we're gonna adapt video games to animated stuff instead of trying to do movies? Because we literally just had a conversation about movies, and it's like it might not fucking work because most of them are trash. Like I don't fucking like Cuphead any more than you do, but I've never claimed to fucking like it in any way, shape, or form. So I'm curious to see whether or not this will actually be any good. It's on Netflix. It's probably gonna be 8 episodes. It's gonna be like 20 minutes a piece or some shit. It could work as Netflix is trying so hard to get into the animated fucking genre. They're doing everything they can to get as much animated stuff on their fucking network. So it's like, yeah, fuck it.
Ryan on YouTube is actually saying something to that effect. Is saying that apparently it's part of another bunch of cartoon series that are coming out. They have a Looney Tunes apparently reboot coming out and an Animaniacs revival.
Oh, gee,
Really?
Animaniacs is so fucking annoying.
That is never gonna. I'll say this right goddamn now. That is never gonna be as good as the original Animaniacs. And I'm not saying that it is nostalgia. I'm saying that they're not gonna get away with as many adult jokes.
Ooh, this is being directed by the creator of Flapjacks.
What?
It sounds. What the fuck is Flapjacks?
Yeah, Flapjack is this cartoon that's really pioneered that gross animation and the real like flimsy hands. Sometimes it was good and the humor was on point, but mostly it was just random for the sake of being random.
Okay, well, here's the thing. As egregious as it is for me that this fucking thing's gonna be coming out, I'm gonna ask you, Jet, really quick. What are you feeling about this? And are you gonna be watching this? Without me, by the way, because I ain't gonna watching this fucking shit.
You're watching it.
I'm not watching this bullshit. Are
Like,
you fucking kidding me?
yeah, of course I'm gonna watch it. I thought the animation in Cuphead was beautiful, so I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, what would you think that they need to do? Like, I guess that's even like a silly question to even ask because it's like, it's just Mugman gonna be going through the fucking game. Like, I mean, is there a story here for this? Like, I don't.
Oh yeah, because Castlevania, the animated TV show, literally had a controller prompts. Like,
I don't know, man. I'm so upset. I fucking hate Cuphead. I fucking hate
no, you
Cuphead.
don't. Admit that you like it.
I did earlier, but like, you can still hate something and love it. Have you ever been married?
No, you can't. Nick, when's the last time you played Cuphead?
Shit, like 2 years ago. So fuck off.
No, don't you lie to me.
Literally 2
When
years
is
ago.
the last time.
Check his Steam. Check his
Don't
Steam.
you fucking do
Check
that
his Steam.
because the thing is, maybe I loaded it up for a second and then I turned it off.
Why would you load it up?
To fuck around with, because I was teaching me to learn how to cheat in games. I was doing the hex code shit with Cheat Engine, and it was awesome. Which, by the way, people, I strongly recommend you go and look up cheat tables for Cheat Engine and beat that game like it beats you.
Don't you fucking distract from the question. When is the last time you played Cuphead?
Maybe like a year
I'm
ago.
looking up cheat engines because I might want to try those out.
Yeah, no, because it makes the game good. Because like you can just play it and beat it in 20 minutes. You're like, wow, that was fucking fun, and then move on. That's the thing. There's so many games
I'm
out
not
there.
sitting here trying to. I'm not defending the fucking game. I'm not saying it's getting good. I'm not even giving an opinion on it. It's just you, motherfucker, brought up so many goddamn times since the game fucking came out.
Because it's
like, oh man, it has the best boss fight. It has the best this. It has the best that. You do like the game. You just don't want to admit it on camera.
Here's the thing, though. I was actually gonna play it tomorrow for the gaming show. So look, I would fight more. Yeah, that's why your camera's falling, bitch.
Yeah, because it's excited.
That's what happens with your camera. It's like that's like the worst case of fucking boner ever. Like it's
Yeah,
excited. It's like
be right there.
but hey, man, listen. I'm gonna be playing this shit tomorrow. Hopefully, the game. I might like it more. I don't know. I might even just cheat and show you guys how fun the game is when you actually fucking like, cheat and get to explore the game. Because that's the thing, dude. Like playing the same level over. Even you can admit to this. Well, I mean, I'm not even gonna like fight you on it because you already admitted. Yeah, do you agree with me that you don't like the game? But it's just, I don't know, man, a Netflix series. And that's the thing, too, about this fucking Netflix video game shit. They're just making, like, why not do Resident Evil, man? Why not do Zelda? Why not do all these other
Because it'd be hard to get the property right. I will
Yeah.
fight you. I will fucking kill Ganja when they do that fucking thing. But they're already doing Devil May Cry. That was probably difficult to get. The Legend of Zelda is one of the most like closely guarded IPs out there. So it's like it's not that they can't. It's not that they don't want to. It's that they're having trouble doing so. Whereas Cuphead is a game is an IP that was created this generation. It's only a couple years old. It's an indie developer, so it's like, yeah, they probably were able to get it for a lower cost and were able to make more episodes than something they would have to do. It's like, dude, doing anything with Legend of Zelda requires Nintendo's oversight, and if they don't like it, they'll can it. So it's like, I would be surprised if they ever make a Legend of Zelda anime that's not in-house.
Cedric in the chat right there, too.
Zelda.
Shut up, you. Cedric in the chat says, do I want a link to talk again? Fuck
No.
yes, I do. No, yes, I do.
No. Okay.
So you want to go through those long ass fucking like chat boxes where you gotta wait for all this shit to load up because the game can't fucking like do something that's for you for once an Ocarina of Time? Bullshit.
I don't even want to. Fuck you.
Caca, poo-poo,
no,
farts,
no, you don't. No.
doo-doo
It's
butt.
motherfuckers like you. No, fuck your goddamn shit. It's motherfuckers like you that put the fucking dialogue in the opening of Breath of the Wild that ruins the fucking opening of that goddamn game.
That would be
Because-
fucking great. I
No,
want to see that. I might watch that just to enjoy it because I fucking like it, Alan. How
No,
about that?
because it ruins it. Because the whole point of the opening is supposed to get you into this emotional state to understand the current state of the fucking world. So you have the beautiful art in the background, and you have the angelic fucking orchestral music that's supposed to instill the emotions necessary. Having someone talk over it means you're now having to listen to the dialogue instead of the fucking music because it is louder than the fucking music. Because then what would be the point of having dialogue there if you can't fucking hear it?
Yeah,
It
or how
takes
about
away from the fucking game.
Or how about an Ocarina of Time situation where the music plays and it's like la 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 la, and then an owl goes boo hoot,
Yeah,
and you just keep
the
clicking the
fucking
same button,
Hyrule is
and then
incredible.
you're stuck listening to the same fucking song and same fucking noises over and over again because when you're trying to speed up through this dialogue that you already fucking read 1,000 times, you accidentally hit it just one time more extra than you should have, and you gotta read the entire fucking thing all over again.
Well, that's
annoying.
your fault for skipping through the fucking dialogue. And again,
You already read
they
it.
add dialogue okay, dialogue can make things better. It doesn't necessarily have to make things better. Should Link talk in an anime? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Should the other characters talk? Sure, fuck it. Roll with it. Whatever the fuck that was.
It's like a dinosaur.
I know, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's like you can have a situation, especially in an animated, having a character not talk. Even the main character, you can do that. Trevor, like during the action scenes, Trevor's not necessarily talking. He's only talking to the other characters during the dialogue. You could easily have a situation. They did it in Majora's Mask. I was saying,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do a Legend of Zelda anime, do Majora's Mask because you have Link who's doing his stuff. You can have the 2D animation to get the fucking facial reactions, and then have the fucking Tattle be the fucking voice for him, and it works the fuck out.
Okay, that makes sense. And I've been telling you this over and over again. I'm
Nah,
glad that
fuck
you actually made
He
it this
needs to have
way.
a voice. Fuck that. Dub over sub.
No, but here's another thing too, though. It's like I don't know what the man.
You're so wrong about that. Holy shit.
But the thing is, though,
Dub over sub, son.
but Majora's Mask, I feel like is a better game. Honestly, like I hate to, I know the
I'm
chat's
not
gonna be
gonna
on me.
fight you. It's a great fucking game. I just personally think Ocarina of Time's for me. Ocarina of Time is the greatest game of all time. So it's like, yeah, Majora's Mask is a good game, but it's not my favorite.
So you and I finally we're gonna end the show off. Me and Alan actually fucking agree.
Oh no.
So-
I got something a little special for you, Diaz.
What?
All right, so y'all know that we're planning to go to a trip to a certain area downtown.
Oh.
It's downtown somewhere in the Lowther State, and I just got an email back from the place we're trying to get the
Oh
Airbnb.
no, you
For
can't say this
some,
something.
I'm gonna say on air, fuck it. So for some reason, this person we're trying to stay with has a minimum age of 25 or over,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if you know this, but like 3 out of the 5, or no, 6 of a group are under the age of 25. So my thing is like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Are we gonna fake out? Like, are we gonna make some fake IDs now?
Wait,
We'll have to see if basically like they can basically ease up and like since some of us are close to 25, they may ease up. It's the one person to where it's just like maybe.
Okay, and then the second part is, and I put this in the link. You might want to pull it up, see if you can block her face though. But for some reason, as I was reading this, she said you also got to give me the hidden code within the rules.
Oh.
This-
Yeah.
this
Sorry,
bitch-
what escape room did you
This
rent out of an
bitch giving
Airbnb?
me puzzles in order to book an Airbnb.
Let's
Oh,
play a
King of
game.
Legend of Zelda.
No, it's Chris Rock's fucking Saw movie.
By the way, she
You
also
want to stay here? You
misspelled.
gotta play a game.
What were you saying, Alan?
She also misspelled through.
It's okay. Well, we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get the fuck out of here because apparently we got some stuff to plan for their trip that we're gonna be taking soon. Which, by the way, when that trip happens, we at the very end of August are actually gonna be on live on Facebook, and you'll be able to see
Yeah.
all of our faces, all within one SUV or whatever the fuck kind of car we're gonna be driving.
You're gonna get to see me sexually
You're gonna
assault
see
Alan.
me try not to die when we have to go to a 4-hour car ride and I have to deal with these motherfuckers.
I might record. Let me know.
California girls are
strangle you. Just
Yeah, actually, guys, let me know, by the way, in the chat, let me know if you guys would be interested in us recording a 4-hour, or not recording, but live streaming a 4-hour ride from us just torturing fucking Alan. Like, if you guys would be interested in me doing that, like, we will do
Okay,
that
that's
shit.
a great idea. What I'm thinking is we record the 4 hours, review it real quick because Alan likes looking at long clips for some reason, and we'll put the highlight up.
I thought you said
No, I'm
Alan
not
likes
doing
looking
it.
at
I'm
long
not doing a
clips, by the
fucking
way.
edit
That
of
was
that
going to be
fucking
weird.
Oh, he does enjoy himself a long clip too, though.
Wait, that's not a clip. That's a penis. No, anyway, so I'm sorry, Alan.
Yeah, with that
I-
micro dick.
I do not know how to end this show off. Listen, just tell me about the shit y'all do. Alan, you first.
Okay, if you go to oneofus.net and go to Screener Squad, you're basically all you have to do is Control F and you'll see my name all over the place. And spell it Allen because Ganja and also the person that was at the Wendy's doesn't know how to spell my fucking name. So both of you guys don't know how to actually spell my fucking name. So be sure to check that out. I think there's a few things that have come up recently. As far as new stuff on the horizon, I have no idea. I think July's a little bit slow, so probably not too much. I'll let you guys know if there's anything upcoming.
Okay, cool. Really quick, I just want to throw some love out there too with the YouTube. Thank you very much, Ryan, BBM, all you guys for watching on YouTube, and then like in the chat over here on Twitch. Rox, Cedric, JP, all you guys. I know I don't really bring it up a whole lot too. Like we get like comments on our YouTube videos, and I'll make sure to kind of go on there and showcase that more often. But anytime you guys comment or share or do anything like that, it helps us out greatly. And plus too, I just like shooting the shit more so like outside of the show. So thank y'all very very much. And please spell Alan's name right because no one else does. Ganja, where they can find you and what do you be doing nowadays, sir?
Well, I be doing two things now. The first thing I do the Illuminati podcast with Alan Birdman, the Great Rufus Wonder, where we talk about politics, cultural stuff, give judgment, pass judgment, maybe one day kill a politician live on air. Who knows? But go check it out for you to go see it if it does happen live on air. That's the Illuminati podcast. I also do I'm also part of the Metropolis Network where I do the Sources History with Ganja. I'm working on the next episode now.
You have not been able to pronounce that right for fucking weeks, dog.
Hey, look. All right, it's Subversive History with Ganja, not pronunciation with Ganja. Got it? All right, so when it comes to this show, I do talk about history, cultural stuff. Right now, I have the May Day episode talking about working class holiday. Make sure to go check it out. I'm working on the second one. It's going to be about marijuana culture, my critiques on it, and especially where it's going now in the 21st century. And that's about it.
Oh, man, that's great. Jackson, where they can find you, and why should they find you?
I mean, you can find me on Facebook now. I mean, you can add me if you want. If you want. If you want.
Don't do it.
If you want. I was
okay, I'm
done.
sorry.
Please
sorry.
stop.
I had tons of fun there. Yeah, you should probably just start saying this shit like Time McGrew, like Jet Jackson Facebook. Oh my god,
I
man.
just did the opposite. I'm just like, Jet Jackson.
That's
Never
kinda
email
fucking-
you. What the fuck?
I don't know why that scared the shit out of me right now. It's like I knew it was coming, but like still.
That's what she said.
Shit, all I know is 3,
2, 1, attack the
Attack
Chad. That
the
was so cool the way you did that. That was really good.
Cut you off because he has to go to the bathroom.
I think he did. Does he? Did he share something?
We're just gonna have to figure out how to lie right now. So let's see.
Give us some ideas on how to lie about this fucking like Airbnb
Easy.
thing,
We
guys.
just say, look. Most of the time with Airbnb, you don't actually talk to the owner, so we'll be fine.
So fucking upset about Airbnb, y'all. Why can't they just let me in? Why can't they let me in? I'm gonna be like Rick in the last episode of season 1. We're dying out here. It's fucking hot. I got humidity. I gotta sweat my humidities.
What?
Humidities.
Damn, someone shitted it in a farted in. And it's not me this time.
Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. Maybe. I don't know. Probably. Peace.